Hello professionals, I am Asik Kumar and welcome to my third video which is on tips to crack a job interview. Professionals, in this video I am going to cover one of the most important and crucial question, that is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? During your interview, you will come across certain questions wherein you need to answer it in a very spontaneous manner. But there are certain questions wherein you really need to rehearse, practice and do a lot of self-introspection before you actually get into answering that question. So one of the question, which is what are your strengths and weaknesses, is the one wherein you really need to structure it in a very proper manner. If you have ever been asked this question in an interview, what are your strengths and weaknesses, you would probably immediately noticed that your heart starts pumping really fast. And it's quite obvious. How would you say something which you are not good at without looking nervous or uncomfortable? Or how would you say something which you are really good at without looking overconfident? Hence, you need to answer your question in a very humble manner. So for that, you really need to plan it and rehearse it. There are certain candidates who will come up and say that, sir, I don't have a weakness. Let me tell you, professionals, they are committing one of the biggest mistakes, because the interviewer is not asking about whether you have a weakness or you don't have a weakness. It is only that the interviewer is looking at whether you are aware about yourself or not. So you must be aware about your strengths and weaknesses. And let me tell you, each and every individual has strengths as well as weaknesses. Now the second part, which is very important here, is that how you need to answer this question, because art of telling answer is also very important here. If you will directly tell the interviewer that you are confident, you are hardworking, that is your strength, and you are a bit shy when you have to speak in public, that is your weakness, let me tell you, the interviewer will have his doubts in his mind. He might not trust you, or he might feel that you are just saying it. So just to give a confidence to the interviewer, you need to share an example where you have really demonstrated that strength, and also from the weakness perspective, you need to tell the interviewer that how you are working on it so that it is no more a weakness for you. So professional, let me share a few examples with you so that you can understand it really well. Professionals, please remember that if the interviewer is asking about your strengths and weaknesses both, then you need to start with your strengths so that you can give a very positive impression about yourself, and then it needs to be followed by your weaknesses. So you can see there are so many strengths which are being mentioned here. So professionals, please ensure that your strengths must support the job description and set you apart as a candidate. It means that you need to be very thorough of your job description. You need to read the job description line by line, word by word, and once you have an understanding of the entire job description, then you need to identify your strengths which is going to complement the job. So let's say the job demands the candidate needs to be very innovative and collaborative, and you also believe that you are very collaborative and very creative. You can begin your answer by saying that, sir, I believe while working in a team, I bring fresh ideas, and those ideas are really appreciated by my team members. And while implementing those ideas, we have been very successful. And also, I have seen that whenever my team members are getting stuck, so I am the one who will build a connect with them, will try to understand their problems, will give the fresh ideas to them so that they can come out of that problem. And hence, with that, I have observed that we are able to accomplish our targets or projects well within timelines. And our team has been rewarded many a time because of being a very high performing team. And that is why I believe, sir, I am innovative and collaborative. And that is my strength. And let me assure you, sir, if given a chance, I will surely be an asset to your organization. So herein, if you see, if you will answer this question in such a manner, I am telling you, you will see a smile on the interviewer's face. So it will give you an impression that the interviewer has already started framing his mind in terms of selecting you. So herein we have shared an example, and then it needs to be followed by that this is my strengths. So let me help you understand with one more example. Let's say the job demands that the candidate needs to be very empathetic and very patient. So you can again say that, sir, I believe that I can understand the feeling of other people really well. And whenever my team gets stuck in certain areas or they are not feeling well, then I will try to approach them, will sit with them, will listen to them very patiently. And hence with that I have seen that I have built a very strong connect with my team. And whenever they get stuck, they themselves will come to me and they will discuss their problems. And since I can understand their feelings really well, I can give them a very proper solution so that their problem gets resolved. And with that, I have always been an upper hand in terms of getting the information from my team, and hence we have been very successful. So that is why, sir, I believe that I am very empathetic and patient. That is my strength. So professionals, again, a very good example, and it will create an aha moment for your interview. Let me move ahead. Now let's talk about the weaknesses. So professionals, there are a lot of examples which are mentioned here, but you need to choose your weakness. You need to be very strategic while answering your weakness. So for that, what you need to do, you need to read the job description really well. And while you have read the job description, now the art is that while you are telling your weakness to the interviewer shall get an impression that it's not a weakness, rather it's a strength when it comes to your job. Let's say the job demands that the candidate needs to be very responsible and he has to take the entire ownership of the task which he is doing. If you say that your weakness is that you take too much of responsibility, now the interviewer will at least get an assurance that this individual is very responsible. Though you're taking too much of responsibility, that's a weakness. Otherwise, taking a responsibility or being responsible is seen as a strength. Now, that is one part of it. The second part is, now you also have to get the interviewer convinced that why you believe that is your weakness. Because taking a responsibility itself is a strength. Let's say if you say that, sir, I take too much of responsibility, which sometimes create lot of stress on me, and hence I devote lot of time on doing things which in a way is hampering my personal life. Hence that is the reason I believe it is my weakness. So you have justified it. So the interviewer will get a confidence that this person is very responsible, and in this way, your chances of getting selected will be quite high. But now there is one more thing which you need to ensure, which is once you are completing your answer, so you also need to tell that how you are working on this weakness so that this is no more a weakness for you. For that, you can say that, sir, nowadays I have started prioritizing my work and I have started allocating responsibilities to each and every member in my team, and hence I am at peace, and in this way I am able to manage my work life properly. So this is how you need to talk about your weakness. So you can give one more example. Let's say you are very shy when it comes to public speaking. Now what you can say here is that, sir, I believe whenever I have to do some discussion with my team members, I am not very confident, and hence I have seen that I am not able to give proper ideas within the team, and with that my team performance has been hampering for some point of time. But nowadays I have started jotting down my points so that when it comes to public speaking, I have the sufficient details with me and I am very confident now, and hence I am overcoming this weakness. So this is how you have answered your question. Let me tell you, professional, if you are very honest towards your answer, then there is a high possibility that the interviewer will select you. So this is all about strengths and weaknesses. So thank you very much, professional, for watching this video. If you really like this video, please give a thumbs up and please do subscribe so that you shall not miss my next coming video, which is on how important is communication skills when it comes to job interview. And professionals, if you have not seen my previous videos, the link for those videos has been annexed with this video. Please go through that. Thank you very much.